What is up, everybody? BlueDog35 here. This is just going to be a crappy handheld video of my computer real quick. I'm going to be doing a couple upgrades to it. I just got done almost completely overhauling it. The motherboard, RAM, and the processor are new. The cooler that you see there and the graphics card are not. Graphics card's kind of new, but not like super. I know my cable management is Gerbo junk, but we're gonna try to address that and hopefully maybe clean up this side panel that looks dusty as all get out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on one of my lights and reposition, and let's get to work, and I'll explain a little further. Alright, so I have my my lights on, and it's still kind of not the greatest, but we're gonna deal. This is my computer. The case is an NZXT H440, I believe. I think it's a 440. I'll put that on the screen if it's wrong. Processor is an AMD Ryzen 7 1700, first generation. It's 3.1 or 3.2 gigahertz. 16 gigs of Gskill Ripjaws V at 3000 megahertz DDR4 RAM. The graphics card is an MSI 1080 Duke. That's got 8 gigs of RAM or VRAM. The motherboard, which is a new addition, that's a Gigabyte GAX370 Gaming Revision 1. I know, just kind of rolls off the tongue. It's I believe that's a mid-tower or full ATX board, and that is one of the newest additions, along with the RAM and the processor. The hard drives is kind of like a motley crew. I have a whole bunch of hard drives. Part of why I got this case is for the hard drive space. I have a 250 gig WD Blue for my boot drive, and it's got all my programs and stuff on it. This is a 256 gig generic AdLink, I think, AdLink it says. I bought it for like $40 on Amazon, and I use this for exporting videos only, so I just write to it, and I export all my YouTube videos to this this SSD. It just makes it a little bit quicker, not a whole lot, and I'm not at the point where stuff like that is actually time is money, but it just makes me feel better that I have everything exporting to an SSD. And then I have almost 14 terabytes of space between every hard drive. I have a couple 4 terabytes in there. I have a 3 terabyte. And then I have a whole bunch of like 1s and 500 gigs and all that stuff. I think I have something on the side of like 6 total hard drives, 6 or 8 total hard drives. This board can handle 8 connections. I do not have an M.2. This board does have an M.2 slot, but I don't have an M.2 actual, hard drive. I plan to get one eventually. Please pardon the random cuts as well. I'm coughing. I'm actually quite sick at the moment. Well, not quite sick, but I'm, recovering from being quite sick. But basically the point of this video is to thank my friend Steve and to thank my friend Josh. Steve helped me a lot by helping me upgrade, because my old processor was getting up there in age. I had an octa-core AMD Phenom 8350, I think. Yeah, 8350. It was an octa-core, technically 4 cores, 8 threads. This is a true 8-core, 16-thread processor. This is, like I said, a Ryzen 7 1700. And it's a lot faster. It's like almost triple. So the point of this video, like I said, is to thank them. And I'm actually replacing the cooler. Yeah, that. And my friend Josh, who has a Twitch channel, which is right here, and will also be linked in the description. He was very kind enough to help with the RAM, because he had a spare kit of 16 gigs of DDR4, which I needed to upgrade to with this new chipset. And he is also donating the new cooler that's going in, that I'm actually going to be putting in this video. So I'm going to go ahead and tear some of this stuff apart. And actually, you know, get some work done. And I will show as I go. I got to put the computer on its back, and we'll get some nice interior shots in a few moments. Alright, so you might be able to notice that one of these things is not like the other. This is the cooler that was in the computer right now, or was. I have stripped it out, taken the top off, and all that delicious jazz. Oh, by the way, my thermal interface material is this. It is a graphite pad, and it works fantastically. No mess of the thermal paste, and it only makes it, or it's only about 1 or 2 degrees Celsius worse than if you were to use a thermal paste, or like a traditional thermal paste. I will leave a link, or yeah, I guess I'll leave a link for that in the description if that's something that you are interested in. But I have overclocked on that. I have rendered videos for hours and hours and hours on that, and it works absolutely fantastically. There is my Ryzen processor, and a little bit better view of my motherboard. That's just a USB 3 PCI card, because this board has less USB I/O than my old board. And there's my graphics card and my Elgato capture card. So it's and then a screwdriver I was using for you know, assembly and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this here radiator in the top up here, because the old one was back there. I'm just going to put another case fan back here, exhausting. And then I'm going to put these guys up here. I'm not exactly sure whether I'm going to have them exhausting or intaking. I think I might have it exhausting, because I don't really feel like, you know, blowing hot air into the case from the rad. So I think I'm just going to have it set to blow air through the radiator and exhaust out the top of the case. So that's just my own. And then they're kind of blocked because, well, they're not blocked, but there's a lot of, you know, hard drives in the way that get warm and stuff. But there are 3 intake fans up front, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And they're big ones. They're like 140 mil. I think they're really big guys right here. I can't see what that is. I think they're 140 mil, but they might be 200. I really don't know. But yeah, so these are these are the upgrades I'm making, and I will catch you in a few minutes after I install the rad. Alright, so here it is back together. I put a couple of my little stupid Pokemon pins on there. But this is the 240 AIO. Up there, we have the coolant tubes going to the pump. And the pump is mounted with the AM4 socket. I put this guy, which was up there, here, blowing out, or venting out. And then these fans here are pushing up through the rad, and it will exhaust here and then up here, and back here. That's just how the H440 is designed. So I think I'm done. This video was kind of dumb, but it was more to thank the people who have made this possible. Like I said, Steve, thank you so much, buddy. I would not be where I am without you. And then my buddy Josh, and you guys are definitely like super premium high supporters of my channel, and when I make it big I won't forget it, guys. But yeah, so Josh's Twitch is here and in the description. Steve is semi-anonymous, but he is always omnipotent. The Steve is always. And then the link for the thermal pad is also in the description. And that's really it. I apologize for the crap video. I just wanted to put something together that wasn't my racing league. And I had this to do in my downtime, so I decided to go ahead and just, film some of it. If you wanted to see somebody build a PC, then I recommend Linus Tech Tips, or Jay's 2 Cents, or Bitwit, or A Little Dim, or Gamers Nexus, or some of those other people. Just type what I said in the search bar up there. Yeah, I'm not the one to learn computers from, considering I'm not an expert. But upgrades to this, eventually, more RAM. My friend Rob said he's going to help me with that. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have, aside from a better Ryzen processor eventually, and then potentially a better graphics card, a little further down the line. This is already the best thing I've ever had. So, yeah, I've never had anything that was actually VR ready, and this guy is. So we're gonna coast with this for a while and hopefully make something happen. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I am still sick, and I apologize for that. I'm not really sure what I'm planning on doing in the near future in terms of videos. I want to do more like actual car stuff, but I can't really until I get a heater, which again, big thanks to the Steve for that. He's sending me a kerosene heater for my garage, which is totally awesome. Because my garage is not heated, and it's currently, I think it's like -2 degrees right now outside, and that's Fahrenheit. Hey Google, what is the temperature?
The current temperature in Fairview Ferndale is 1 degree.
Yeah, it's 1 degree according to that. It was like -10 in the morning about 24 hours ago, or well, it's not the morning, but I can't think right now. I'm not feeling very great. But anyways, it's a nice cool 72 in my abode. But anyways, enough staring at this. I will end this atrocity. And yeah, comments, questions, death threats, you know the drill.